It's a vacation paradox sometimes. You schedule time off, you think you're going to get everything done, and you end up getting nothing done. I'm sure some of you folks out there can relate, because I hope I'm not the only person in the world who has this problem. What is up, everybody? This is Jay, a.k.a. MultimediaJay, 2-something in the morning at Jay's Geek House. And I would have been here earlier and, streamed for longer, but I got some very terrible news tonight about my cousin who's been in the hospital with COVID for a month, and things took a big turn for the worse with him. But I'll tell you one thing, though. As much as it hurt to receive that news, and I just basically stopped everything for a bit, the way people are in my family, the last thing that they would want is for them being in this situation to grind anyone else to a halt. I mean, it's just part of trying to, stay focused and things like that. It doesn't make it any easier to do, though. I mean, it sounds like a nice philosophy, but it's kind of like if you ever, this is something I ran into when I studied business in college. It sounded pretty easy with the textbook, but once you are trying to do something with it in the field, it gets a lot harder. There's a lot of things that sound pretty easy academically when you learn them as head knowledge, but when you try to apply them, it gets a lot more difficult, a lot more quickly. I think the best thing that I could do at this point to just try to press on amidst all of this is try and make some progress in this darn game. It's kind of monopolized my free time and stuff like that. I have a tech video to work on, but I just don't feel like doing anything except trying to progress with this darn Panther Fang Castle. In the meantime, though, we have a new YouTube sub to say some nice things to, but we're also going to replay the ones that didn't fit yesterday. So, John, again, thank you for the YouTube sub. Ryan, thank you for the YouTube sub. And this is 4 hours ago, so maybe if I'd started on time, they would have stopped by and watched. But Saber Gaming, thank you for the YouTube sub. I will probably go check out... Well, the thing is, I found a link today for the ESO scene on YouTube Gaming, so I can basically go check out and see who's streaming what, how they're doing, what they're streaming. It seems like there's a lot of people streaming on YouTube via console with ESO. I don't have any idea why, but I'm here with PC, and I'm here with a full cadre of stream stuff. Now, before this game kicks me out again, how about we actually put it on the screen? So, Culanda Laquer. Looks like night has fallen in game. Just gotta let's keep Picasa minimized and close a spreadsheet that I have open that should not be open, and close a few Explorer windows. Let me just right-click something like my old show notes thing, just copy it, just for the heck of it. All right. Will I ever paste it somewhere? Who knows? Sound for ESO, please. It looks like it's still going, and yep. I broke it, by the way, those of you that heard the echo when I was starting the stream. Yeah, I tried using the chat widget in OBS, but when I signed in, it just gave me a miniature YouTube page. It was better when I was signed out. So I'm going to play with that after the stream. Well, I might have to do a test. What? YouTube lets you do unlisted and private streams, so I can always test that, and nobody will have to know I'm testing anything. One of the cool things about YouTube Gaming. So I saw Devin Nash's video, by the way, about YouTube Gaming and what he thinks of it, and I'll tell you, Devin's really coming around to the way I think about things. So, I look like a YouTube fanboy now, but just you watch. YouTube doesn't pull punches, nor does Google. Let's see here. There's a lot of things, and it's interesting when I listen to, like, the commentary that I did back in 2014. When I listened to my old commentary from 2014 about what would happen if YouTube bought Twitch, because YouTube was in talks to purchase Twitch back then, I was like, Content ID will ruin Twitch. How times have changed. How times have changed. So, questing wasn't the most interesting thing, even with the add-ons yesterday. Even I was kind of getting bored by it. But we need some Culanda Laquer. Here's the default stuff in the chapel. It's Leo-in style, and it works to an extent, but I want to get some pews in here, because I'm not a fan of these benches that have no back support whatsoever. I don't know who actually thought this would look cool, but, a section of Cyrodiil that leaves people prone to back problems from sitting on benches instead of chairs, except in rare occasions like this. Yeah. Anyways, these would be better off, put them in some of the other places, like, say one of these in the branch offices. for my service NPCs. So this chapel would be better off with pews and candles, and in order to do that, like those high elf candles there, get rid of all the torch things, because I want it to be quiet in here, so I can just turn off the fountain and have it be very quiet and serene. So I want to do something like that, and maybe rearrange some of the furniture in here. But the biggest thing we need is stuff to make Alinor stuff with, because we have the pews and some of the other lighting here in the chapel, but also over in the castle. You put those sconces up at the end of the last stream, so it looks a little bit medieval now. Over in the castle, we've got these Alinor things that I think are, you know, my favorite light fixture in terms of looking like some kind of oil lamp of sorts. And they give off a lot of light, too. More than any of the Breton stuff. But that is Somerset stuff. We're going to have to go and get some of that. And it looks very refined, too. But, of course, it is High Elven, so I actually like these things. So I want to see how many of them see if I can make them the primary lighting in the entire castle. So you know what that means. We're going to be going off to Somerset, and we are going to, yeah, close the chat window in-game. People are running veterans in the guild. Some of the guilds I'm involved with. Let's see. We'll do medium armor shotgun, try and finish leveling medium armor. I also got my tank stuff working, too, so there's just a little bit of an issue. There we go. 34,000 spell resistance, 33,000 physical resistance with a two-hander. I can always try tanking something, and if I'm not tough enough, I can always try tanking something, and if I'm not tough enough, then switch over to one-handed shield. I've got setups for that in Alpha Gear. Do medium armor. Let's do medium armor, shock it in. Let's continue leveling medium armor up to 50. And let's head out. Then we can compare everything. We do light armor, medium armor, and heavy armor. Alright. Well, we can use fast travel. Go see if we've done the dailies yet. Pick them up and see if they still overlap. So, you only get one piece of DLC material for every daily. So if you want to get multiples in the span of a day, I mean, I've got a whole bunch of crafting materials, but I need upgrade materials and Culanda Laquer. So let's go off to Alinor. Let's head off to Alinor and pick up some dailies and just cycle through the characters. We are going to cycle through the characters and get a whole bunch of Culanda Laquer. Yeah, I even got the chores done a little early. Just have to run some laundry before I do any streaming tomorrow night or work on the videos. So,
how may I serve?
You may serve by being a Red Guard trader like you usually are and buy and sell stuff. Why is this Ring of the Storm Knight here? Interesting. I thought I deconned all of that. All right. Yeah, some of those lay-in benches would probably work pretty well in these branch offices, like put them between the candles and stuff, just chill or something. And maybe put some of those, take some of those excess paintings out of the Daggerfall Overlook and bring them to these offices. And also, this is simpler furniture. You know, we can probably scrounge up the furniture to outfit some more offices for these two. Maybe even through optical illusion use of rugs. But I do have some extra lay-in rugs around, so if I want to set up another office, I have lots of ways to do that. If I get bored with running... What's up, Dan? If I get bored with running dailies, daily delve quests, we'll try world bosses if there's a group that's doing them. But mostly daily delve quests is the one we need. Get as much Culanda Laquer as we can, cycle through all the characters, get them some experience. I actually have to update some of their gear as well.
Let's ride.
I actually have to update some of their gear as well for the new medium armor rules, since medium armor is the new hybrid armor in this game. Also, 12,000 stamina means we haven't eaten anything yet. I still have the quest from earlier. Yeah, snuffing out the light and taming the wild is the world boss daily. The big thing I want to know is, did ZeniMax did ZeniMax fix the issue in this game with overlapping daily quests, or can you still complete yesterday's daily then pick up today's daily? There's a thing where you could technically, it made sense. See, I think I'm caught up though. I don't know if that applies to me. But one thing that has historically been the case with ESO is that if you had a previous day's daily, you could get that done, then get the daily for the day. So if you weren't going to run dailies on all your characters, at least have them take the quests and leave them in the quest log. So that way you could technically do 2 dailies when you finally got around to it. I don't know if that's been fixed, though. Yeah, hitting really hard with the extra weapon damage. There's a very specific reason. Oh, I got some points to spend in here. Just a warfare and crafting point, but I'm already working on some things for that. It's a more offensive pen. And on the craft side of things, 44. Confirm. Let's see that. Good. There's a skill, and this is the alternate skill to the one and only nuke spell that Templars have. If you want to cast and like throw a fireball at something, it's the alternative to Solar Barrage. Solar Barrage, though, is a 10-second AoE that moves with you, and it routinely blasts holy damage to, well, magic damage, but obviously divine damage off to everything around you. And your light and heavy attacks get the Empower buff, increasing their damage by 40% for the entire 10 seconds. So basically, if your character is doing this Seal of Righteousness or whatever you want to call it type move, you will hit harder even if you're a magic character using melee weapons. That's how my guy is spec'd for magic. That's how my guy is a Breton spec'd for magic, but he's hitting for 5 or 10 grand. The Stamina Templar would probably hit harder. And I don't know, with some of these changes to medium armor, I wonder if I should make I do have a hybrid character who's a dark elf, but he's a Nightblade. So basically an assassin. But I'm very curious though, would a hybrid Templar work? I mean, I could take my tank Templar and just unspec him for tank and make him a hybrid that way. He's a Nord, so a little tougher than most for tanking, and then spec him hybrid with a mix of magic and stamina and see how that works. I mean, it'd be pretty cool, you know. Go into a group.
I shouldn't have let her go in.
Shut up.
Idiot.
Go into a group. So go into a group and do damage with your stamina, and then when people need to be healed, flip to a resto staff and only use your magic when you're healing people. Probably be useful at the lower difficulty levels. There's a lot of min-maxing at the high end, though, for the people that like the World of Warcraft way of playing these games. But at this level, not really an issue. Yeah, this is way more... Well, the delve is way more straightforward than the ones for Leowen, like what we did last night. I think that's an attempt to make the delves more interesting. It's called a blind spell. Bastion.
To arms!
Sometimes you get hit with them. Quite alright, because I switched the Consecrate ability to an AoE heal over time. So, if we start taking damage, we'll just pop down the hots and stay in the golden circle. Now, let's see. Mini-boss. Alright, here's where we burn these scriptures.
Underestimating you was their last mistake.
Alright, here's where we burn the scriptures. But when we get to the cocoons of I think it's Meridia, the Daedric prince that's involved with this, then we take out the Delve boss, and it's really convenient. So we just come out here and we basically do the Delve quest and do the Delve at the same time. I think the Leowen one was like that too. See, the fun part is the daily is different, so you don't have everybody crowding into one cave. You might, if you get somebody else that has the same quest, they'll show up. But fun part is the dailies are randomized, so different people are sent to different delves. Stunned. Could also do some PvP. Probably get smoked though. Who's this? There's a lot of knightly looking stuff in the crown store. So It's been cool seeing other people that actually look like knights in this game, as opposed to the spin art fashion that a lot of people are doing. Like make a blue icy looking character with some sort of thing you can get from the Crown Store. Little polymorph type things and whatnot. I don't know. You know, ESO, I can tell you though that YouTube bit rates and streaming in general don't do this game justice. If you want to see the best of the graphics, play the game on a system that can play it near max. Hey, you can still go into the Meridia Shrine. This is part of the quest, I think. Oh, there's so much RP opportunities here. Except they were in the middle of building it when the other Daedric Prince attacked. Yep. That statue is vandalized. Well, I guess I'm glad it's here for lore purposes, at least. The cathedral I have has two statues of Meridia, because Meridia looks like an angel. Let's see. The only way to make more progress on that is to get more Somersets done. Somerset dailies done. Let's see, but look at this. The random drops and the other gear we're getting is all deconable, and that'll take care of my issue with upgrade materials, because I'm really short on them from all this furniture crafting. Alright, the Mephala. Let's go deal with this Mephala issue over here with the Spider Daedra. Where the heck is Bastion? I know I have him set up as an archer, but let's see here. Chop it with an axe. Yeah, whatever. Mosey around, why don't you? Whatever. Alright, so part of this will involve taking out the boss. Probably get some more Spider Daedra coming down from the ceiling. Forgot which one of these had the surprise. We could keep
Life isn't a fairy tale, but sometimes villains get what they deserve anyway.
We could try taking out the world boss. The problem with taking out the world boss by yourself is, yeah, you can solo it, but it's going to take forever. Yeah, especially if you're the tank. If a second or third person gets involved, though, it gets a lot easier. Could try it. But I did that last time, and it turned into a very dull, like, 20-minute fight or something. It's easier just to cycle through the characters and do the daily delve. Where's the fifth cocoon to smash? There's a spider. Some more spider there it is. Take out some more Spider Daedra. Somehow I remember these being a lot more annoying in Oblivion. Right. The interesting, we might trigger the script for the anti-farming script. Sometimes I've actually had the boss respawn while I was smashing that, and then you take him out a second time. But if you take out the boss a second time, you only get a handful of gold. That's how that's how ZeniMax fixed the issue with all those bots that used to hang out around all the delve bosses and just farm them all day. It's been a growth process with this game, fixing the various issues that it had when I first started playing it. I'm still curious though, when the heck is the Angry Joe show gonna re-review this game?
Bargain?
Because I'll tell you, Angry Joe's review of this game from when it first launched is grotesquely out of date. I'd have to check. I don't think I've watched his show in a long time. Let's see, nothing to put in the bank. There's not really a lot of money to be made from doing a daily on each character. You could tank something too. Dungeons from Somerset, I think, might give Culanda Laquer. Alright, let's turn this in. Where's the Office of Divine Prosecution?
Right behind you, partner.
Hello. Well met, friend.
I do so appreciate when one of my deputies returns with all their limbs. Excellent. The divine prosecutor.
Oh, wait!
Practice makes the master.
They didn't fix it. We can do another one.
They've still. The divine. A group of scholars.
And it's a different one, too. So the same thing would be true for the world boss. So if there's somebody that's doing world bosses at that specific world boss, we can take out the boss and go get another quest.
Let's ride.
Nice. I thought they fixed it, but I was clearly mistaken. Two-handed to 48. Almost maxed out on two-handed from the two-handers for all. Somebody's doing this over here. I wonder if we can get Culanda Laquer from those world events over at the Abyssal Pearl areas. Let's go see it. See if we can get there before it finishes. I can solo those easily compared to the world bosses. I don't think you get Culanda Laquer from those, though. It's a cool update to this UI, though, that it can tell me when some of the Dolmen-inspired events are actually active. It must have been, like, for example, based on how the dragon fights were set up in Elsewhere. You could tell when somebody had engaged the enemy and then zip over and join them. There should be something like that for the world boss fights, too. It'd be nice to know who was taking out a world boss, and if I had the world boss for my quest, run over there and join the fight. There we go. Yep, here comes the storm.
That's got it.
Why does it say there's a fight in progress when there's clearly nothing going on over here? Ah! It wasn't that someone had engaged the enemy, it was that the fight was starting. Let's go two-handed tank for this. There you go, in case I have to, so we'll tank the bosses as they spawn. Alright, let's do this.
Sheath your weapons. The battle is won.
No, it isn't. Let's go. I'll take the big guy. Hitting for less when that buff isn't active. No, idiot, over here. Get away from my archer. Fucking crit for 8 grand. There isn't a lot of crit on the tank armor, though.
Are you hurt?
It's just zombies? I don't remember them being in Somerset. Ah, yeah, sea tick. There is an undead thing about this. Yeah, there are zombies. Yeah, there was an undead side to it. Vendor trash. Stop attacking the archer. I'm about to redo him as tank for this crap. Just don't give him a taunt. Ah, we have someone else now. Good. So the swords mean the events in progress, not necessarily that someone's doing them. Good, so you can run over and either start the fight or join the fight.
Protect this geyser.
Abyssal Geyser, that's what those are called. Let's use the dolmens. Hey, give me that boss. Especially since you're clearly DPS. Ah, tank companion. Throw a heal on her. Healing combustion, too. No, that's DPS combustion. The healing one is green. Alright. Come on, hit me. I regen magic every time you hit me. Let's not wait. There we go.
Those who've
Nah.
seen the face of darkness do not survive long.
Just a hair too late, Fire Mage. Maybe you should let him smash the pearl. I don't think you get anything if you don't actually take part in the fight, though. Maybe you do. Who knows? There's some purples anyway, so these things will help with the upgrade material issue, but they won't do anything about my Culanda Laquer issue. So it's a mixed bag, but this is basically like Elder Scrolls. Ooh, that might, though. Psijic Portal. Ah, combat. Get over here, you stupid salamander. Flag. Now he's dead. Yeah. Now, give me that Psijic thing. Sort of. Legendary lead for antiquities. Never really did much with that system. Kind of like archaeology and WoW. Take out that griffin. No more boss fighting, so switch back to medium armor Shockedin.
Attack!
Is that a chest? No, it's a log. The more materials we get, the better. Because even if we don't get upgrade materials directly, they can be refined from raw materials. I don't know, but I'm going to refine them. Big thing we're missing is raw material, is upgrade materials. This will help with that sort of stuff. Ancestor Silk. It's been nice, though, seeing some views pop up on the replays of these things after the fact. Some folks are checking these out during the day. I think this is probably going to be... I think this will be my main streaming presence on YouTube, unless I play another game. YouTube gaming is pretty being whipped into gear right now as far as developments of these things go. There's a crafting station around here that we could use to deconstruct some of this, clean up the inventory a little. How do you get into it, though? It's not a cave. It must be up there. Now, how do we get up there? Is there a path? Alright, we can go back to any of the player housings to decon everything. Let's go check out the Delve. So yeah, earlier this evening, I was watching the Valkyrie thing on YouTube Gaming because I wanted to see if there were issues with the bitrate affecting what these things look like. At 1080p, if you blow it up to full size, you're going to see compression artifacting and stuff like that. I suppose
Come
it's,
and take us.
that's a world boss. That's not the... That's what we did yesterday. It almost felt weird to, for one of them that I did recently. They're all kind of blending together. That's not the actual world boss for today, though. That's down here. Down by, right next door to the Delve. Handy, that. Let's go.
The day will be ours.
That's probably someone doing the world boss. Hold on a second. See if they engage the enemy. More stuff to decon if we have to. This one I know is this one I know is better for kiting and stuff. I think this, yeah. No, they're on a quest where you have to go around and close all the Psijic portals. That's why their head is glowing. Never mind, they're not going to engage the world boss. They're doing the main story for... They're doing the main story quest or something. Runestone. So many random things.
For harvesting.
So many random things to do stuff with here. $8 grand. I used to think that was a Shockedin achievement, and that was with an armor debuff on my old build. A little bit more power to medium armor. Like I mentioned, it's kind of like the companion armor.
Just showing off.
Almost 30 grand. Well, drinks at the ready. Yeah, the moons are pretty nice. Imps. ESO's target practice. Alright, see this? So I don't have an Indrik start fighting while I'm trying to get out of here. This one. Shimmerine, the starting town of the expansion. Why the heck do my ears itch? These headphones, I don't know. Off to southwest. Do we want to engage the world boss? Can't remember how hard this one was. Just don't want it to take forever. We could always set him as a tank and do damage, but I know this guy gets hit pretty hard. The problem with companions tanking is that they will brace when the boss is doing a heavy attack, but they won't use their shield to block light attacks of any sort. So they get hit for more damage.
That should come in handy.
It's about as pseudo not worth it as using a hunter pet to tank in WoW. Because you know they're not doing any mitigation. Just some very basic mitigation once in a while, and that's pretty much it. Okay, so this is the delve. Where's the world boss? World boss is right around the corner. I think because of the location that this is the Indrik boss. There'll be a lot of fire damage or something. We could always just try it with medium armor. See, we just try it. We could try it with medium armor and equip the tank sword. About 10,000 resistance down, though. Or we could just do plate DPS, which is what the regular Shockedin is. So, take more damage.
Let's hit the trail.
The problem is that taking more damage is a spell damage buff on that, so it's not totally for tanking. 14. However, let's see. Let's compare heals. Non-crit. 13.6 versus... 13.6. It's 55.04 versus... There's no difference. Interesting. The crits probably hit for more, though. We go to tank. Yeah, we lose a crap ton of pen and spell damage by putting on the defensive stuff. Interesting. We could always go heavy armor to toughen up then if the spell... No. There we go. There's our problem. 3 grand. We had a buff that didn't go away. Yeah, 43.48. So there's more spell power on the medium armor. Alright, that's the delve. The world boss then is down there. Yeah, Indrik's. This is the Indrik boss. Let's see how it goes. Let's see how it goes with plate DPS. Or DPS plate. Actually, no, let's try it with medium armor, just to be a jerk. We already have that equipped. Alright. Indrik boss. Yeah, this is the stupid thing, is this thing keeps teleporting. I also don't have a taunt. Whoops.
You need to keep moving.
It's his way of saying, don't stand in the fire.
I'm not dead yet.
The skills didn't change over. Nah, we're barely putting a dent in this guy. Probably because we can't focus DPS on the boss. Skip it.
Excessive.
Get out of the arena. Or just teleport to the Way Shrine. Whoops. Let's go to the delve. That was stupid. Looks like the other guy died too. Must have tried to solo a world boss. The world bosses are soloable. You can solo a world boss in tank gear. It just takes way too long. Better just to go do the delves. Or there's Culanda. I think there's Culanda Laquer if we did dungeons for Somerset as well. But we have to get dungeons to pop in the dungeon queue. What about public dungeons? Why don't we just look up where Culanda Laquer drops? I think it's only in the loot boxes for the day. I don't think it drops from public dungeon bosses. Culanda Laquer, Elder Scrolls Online Wiki. See. Found within Somerset and Artaeum. Somerset Daily Recompense as well, which is for dailies and stuff. But where do you find it? Does it drop from... Where do I get Culanda Laquer? That's just repeating the article off of the Elder Scrolls Wiki. See. Yeah, they drop from... Yeah, they drop from daily quests. Public dungeon bosses drop armor sets. 3 dailies, 1 for a delve, 1 for a world boss, and 1 for 3 geysers. The geyser one's overlooked by many people. The quest giver is not there, so I assume you have to do the story quest to make her appear. Not sure when she appears. If you stand in front of the crafting area, turn left and go up the stairs, and she will stand there. There should be a 3rd daily, then, for abyssal geysers, because this guy has done the story. Interesting. Well, let's go through here and just do the delve. We'll go check in town to see where this quest giver is. That would theoretically give us an additional Culanda Laquer and give us a reason to do the story on the other characters so we can unlock more of this.
Keep awake. The squad.
Let's head in here and just take a look at this. Whatever we can do to maximize our Culanda Laquer with 18 characters. Why? Oh, now the resto staff worked. Must have been from like when I changed out the when I switched over to the other set of gear. One. That's right, we can take out mobs for this thing too. 2. Might not bother with... It's not... The delve bosses are not important. I've already done most of these. 10 grand. Sabatons! The guy's wearing heavy armor. Let's see if that's an upgrade for him. I need healing! Deadly at any range. 4 out of 5. What's this guy have for boots? Vendor trash. That's an upgrade. What bonus does he get from it? Ultimate generation. Oh, so the bonus is useless because I don't have an ultimate skill yet. But we can actually sell those. We can sell the vendor trash because it's vendor trash. Where's Nuzuma?
Come, do your trading here.
Save. Goodbye, 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 and take care of that. The rest of those are... The potions are near useless too because I can make custom potions that have better effects. Where is this guy?
Let's go find someone to help.
Yeah, like this sorcerer over here. How do you know it's a sorcerer? Daedric pets. We could probably just get everything we need from the cultists. Down he goes. Who's this? Khajiit? Nope. NPC. Fire mage sorcerer, huh?
Huzzah!
Everybody's got companions now. I'm surprised this game hasn't been rebalanced to assume you always have a companion. Ah, so the relics are in the treasure chests. It's the other stuff we're getting from the... Yeah, see, look at that blue, you know, blue glowing eye vampire, whatever. Some people have PvP builds, and so they do things based on min-maxing or something.
Defeat is worse.
Yeah, Somerset Idols. That's the end of this. So go back to the branch office and sell stuff off. Go back to the branch office. What kind of progression can we make on this whole thing? See. Yeah, I was checking out the other ESO streams on YouTube. So other than the Allcast or whatever it is, F Extra Life streams on Twitch. I don't think I've seen a YouTube stream from him. A lot of the ESO stuff is people doing PvP or something. Yeah, it's people doing PvP, but they're almost always playing on console. I don't know what the deal is with all these console ESO players. See this here. Those Breton candles, we can probably swap out with Alinor candles at some point, because the Alinor candles are brighter for when you don't want something that makes noise like an open flame. Let's go turn this in. There's supposed to be a third daily for the Abyssal Geysers. Let's see if we can find that, because, I mean, the geysers are there. It would be a parallel to the 3 dragon fight daily that I'm still carrying around from elsewhere. Basically look for a blue arrow. Hopefully we don't get a PvP quest by mistake.
Hello. Well met, friend.
And by the way, one of the coolest things about ESO is how the content literally expands instead of going obsolete. Somerset was a couple expansions ago now, but people are still here because there's still a reason to come here. You don't lose all of the previous world when a new expansion comes out.
And you know what would impress me even more? If you tell me that you've successfully completed the
I did.
and collected the
Just like I've done the other times. Shut up. So this Justiciar here is the one who gives out the world boss quest, Divine Magistrate. If there's a third quest here, though, where is it? It's supposed to. If there's a third NPC that does abyssals for abyssal geysers, who gives that quest? Let's just look it up. ESO Abyssal Geyser Daily. Who do we get that from? Can someone tell me? I did do Google. There is no maintenance for PC Mac. Ah ha 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 ha. There is patch maintenance on September 7th. I wonder if that'll fix the issue I have with writing to the text files. Battle Reeve Tinnerlin gives it out. You have to do the main story up till it takes you to the palace, and she will be standing outside of it. That's where you get the third daily quest from. Let's see. This thing was saying I had new responses on Twitter. I don't know. I do have the guy praying in the chapel because of what happened to my cousin. See here. The problem is to go up to that castle. It's a bit of a ride. The castle in the game is way the heck up here, but I guess if they're... See, I saw Battle Reeve and I thought maybe it was PvP. But if it's 3 abyssal geysers, then yeah, let me go out to these things. Why is there... Activate the warding stones. That's the world boss. We're not doing the world boss unless there's somebody out there. Right, up here.
How can Rigert negotiate peace if stupid high elves won't talk to him?
After all
There we go.
that's happened, Somerset remains in danger.
Well, let's do something about that.
Pardon my presumption, but you're the newcomer who saved the Crystal Tower, aren't you?
Yep.
And you have my thanks for that. But Somerset isn't out of danger yet. The sea slode remain a threat. Will you once again lend your talents to the defense of our island? I sent a group of adventurers and a squad of marines to investigate the sea slode threat. After an initial report about a promising lead, they sent no further word. Kynar, Grog, and Maria seem capable enough, but their silence has me concerned. Find Kynar and his companions in the caves of Conwaston. That's where the last report said they were going. I even provided a squad of marines to assist them, so something significant must have happened for them to have gone completely silent.
Well, getting involved in high elf politics again. Why would they send a human out on this? Yeah. There's animosity between elves and humans in Elder Scrolls. For those that aren't familiar with it, you'll see that in multiple games. You'll see that in ESO, you'll see it in Skyrim, and I think you'll see it elsewhere too. Like Oblivion, Morrowind had some of it. Actually, Morrowind had a ton of it with the Dark Elves in Vardenfell. All right, where's this located then? They should have switched the active quest when we took it. Karth Waston. Why does that sound familiar? We might have to light it up on the map because I'm being up there. Public dungeon. Let's have some fun. There'll be more chances for armor drops and stuff, and we'll just switch to tank gear if the boss is too tough. The public dungeons are kind of like delves, but bigger. They're supposed to be harder than delves, but I don't really run into that a lot. Probably because I have my characters tuned up pretty well and geared up pretty well.
Curses on your mother.
Yeah. Into the dungeon. Let's see this here. See what's on my let me see something in Discord here for a second. I think my Discord froze again. Let's close and reopen it then. Yeah, that's the thing with Discord, is that it messes with all of your stuff, and then it doesn't work sometimes. Like, I know on computers I routinely have problems with Discord not actually starting up properly when I start Windows. So I go live and my status is never updated because Discord just plain isn't working. And why does it always get updates every single time it starts? It's like, can't this thing work right for more than a day or two without, 4 or 5 updates every single day? Just want to see who could potentially raid afterwards. Notifications. Can't click on stuff. Nothing interesting. Not among the ESO streamers. Not among the ESO streamers. Not among the other streamers. Forget it. Let's go take out this public dungeon. So even if I was on Twitch, there wouldn't be anybody to raid. Whatever.
Oblivion, take you.
There we go. Big groups of people to fight. Might have to upgrade to heavy armor, though. Plunk. Could always do sword and shield. I do. Wait a minute. I didn't mind giving up some spell damage, because you get spell damage from two-handers in this game now. I could go sword and board with medium armor. See how that works. Toughen up a bit that way. 8,500 damage per spell crit. Weapon still hits a little harder. But man, if I had... I wonder... Well, I did an experiment with Lauren at one point where I gave her Brass Fortress light armor to combine the defensive bonuses of the tank sets with everything you get from light armor and see how well it worked. I think the results were mixed. Plus, with light armor, you don't get the health bonus from wearing heavy armor, so you won't be as good of a tank, even if you can hit the resistance cap with light armor and some very custom-tuned armor sets. A nice little cove down here, a little pirate cove. I think it's just full clear of this place. More stuff to decon.
Aid me!
Also got to check out Better Discord. There's apparently an upgrade that gets around the buggy nature of Discord changing your status when you're streaming on YouTube. I have seen it work a grand total of once. The rest of the time, the only time it's worked is when I was streaming on Twitch. Twitch is the more mature game streaming platform by leaps and bounds. I know YouTube's putting in a lot of effort. There will still be some good things about Twitch for the short term anyways. What's with the lag? Don't tell me there's a Windows update or something. Yeah, that's lag. Should have started attacking that guy earlier. Well, what? It's the boss, that's why. I was like, what kind of flame attack is that? Has less health. The public dungeon bosses, though, have less health than the world bosses. Yeah, medium armor is not an issue here. More stuff to decon. And if we don't want to go back to the castle, we can just find a craft station somewhere. Medium armor to 47. 3 points to go to finish maxing it out. I don't think we can take the I don't think we can actually take the last point in medium armor until we hit 50, though. Yeah. Nope. That's what we got to get it to. We could go all medium armor. I just need to find a set to replace Crafty Alfiq. I'm going to do Julianos or something, see if I hit harder that way. It's going to be a big drop in magic, though.
I need aid!
What's this orc? Oh, all right.
No remorse!
Now, you want to throw little holy bolts, huh? Let me show you what those feel like. 144 gold. I mean, these public dungeons are so farmable. Just stay here all day and grind. If you're one of those players that wants to do that, this is probably your best place for it. I've got a few set pieces from it, too. What also helps is that there's perks with two-hander that basically turn all of your light and heavy attacks into cleave attacks. So you get your AoE from almost the boss. From that. Throw down some heals.
Don't think. Move!
Shut up. What level is that guy? $6 grand.
How can I help?
He's level 10. What do you need to get? All right, this is 2 more levels to get him to get that last slot unlocked, and he max out the level at 20. Then you get the ultimate. Interesting.
Shake it off! You can do it!
Okay, Taylor Swift. Now don't write a song about me. Give me that. Also assign those points as well. Haters gonna hate. Oh, great. Knock it off or you'll get content ID'd. 45. Oh, we're getting attacked. We're being attacked! Whatever. Let's see, what was I using on this tree? Why was I putting these points in here? Did I just get that? Or no, that's 6. Something. Gold stars only. It's going for speed, I think. Alright. We'll do that later. Ah, good. Bastion took... Nope. Nah, that's player. Could turn the nameplates back on for fellow players and not be confused by that. It's nice having a cleaner interface, though. Alright, back to that point. What was I using in this tree? We can only unlock gold stars without wasting points. Well, we could start working on stealth detection for PvP. Don't really use bash a lot, so that's off the fortification. Oh, we were doing this, reducing the cost of sprint. I should redistribute points into stealth detection, though. It's more important. It's actually more important to do that. Redistribute. We have the money. It's more important to have stealth detection than it is to have it literally anything else in the tree. So we can actually drop the... Nope. What's this? The amount of damage you can block and the cost of block. What was in here? Movement speed while bracing. Not as important. Get rid of that. What's in here? Movement speed while sprinting. Not as important. That breaks the tree if we do that. Yeah, we can't do that. Let's just clear the tree. Keep those, because they're independent, and come back in some other way. Get some stealth detection. Alright, so cost of block versus the cost of sprint. Let's get the cost of block taken care of. Come into here, take the basic movement speed while sprinting. Or take it down to just that amount of points. Plus health. Gain 30 health recovery for every 10 ultimate you have. So let's do... But let's get magic back when we kill enemies. Okay, there's that. Now let's get stealth detection before we get anything else. 3 meters. Is that really worth it? Alright, amount of damage you can block. Almost there. We'll just put the... Well, we'll just finish off with the block damage and stuff. Or we could just do... and start working on the stealth detection for PvP. 3,000. Do we want to move anything else in the other trees? Weapon and spell damage for damaging abilities. Critical thing and healing. Flanking for putting a positional requirement in. Heal while you do damage. That's probably useful in PvP. AE attacks, single target attacks, damage over time attacks. So if we put more stars in here, what was this? Plus stamina. If you want to put stamina in here and go hybrid, what will we get rid of for that? Weapon and spell damage plus magic plus spell damage. Critical healing and damage. Oh, stamina's not important for this guy. Stamina's not important. We could put points over here, though. Is there something we're taking that's plus magic? Critical chance we have. We're working on offensive pen there, but we don't necessarily need it except to unlock this. 100 and spell damage. No. To be a DPS master, we'd have to load out the rest of this tree as well and get down here to the martial attacks. And I don't know if we have enough points to do that. Crafting is okay as is. The warfare tree, I guess, is fine. It's the fitness tree we wanted to do some changes in. Alright. We'll get that money back. The crafting dailies have a few thousand gold attached to them, times 18 characters. If I ever want to get a steady supply of money and tons of crafting materials, then use that craft bag that comes with ESO Plus membership, which I recently upgraded to being annual. So that gets the cost of the game down to like 11 something a month. Almost as low as the cheapo version of Final Fantasy XIV. Since one character can play all the jobs in Final Fantasy... Ah, there we go. There's our NPC. If you get the cheapo version, it's not that bad of a deal. Ah, here we go. There's why we didn't hear from them. Ah, throw a few spells at that guy. Stun, 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 stun. Fine, I'll melee. Whatever. Oh, we got jumped from behind. No, I think these guys all respawned. That's what our problem is. Thought it was too easy. But we have to fight our way out of here?
Haven't you lot learned by now that I have more than enough magicka to deal with the likes of... Wait a moment. You're not one of these smugglers. What brings you to this enchanting little hideaway?
We're saving your ass, wizard. Come with us.
Well then, it appears that your mission has thus far been a success. Since you're here, I could use your help. My associate Grog has been captured. I need you to free him, while I try to learn everything I can about the sea slode called Gadgarza. Grog went off to investigate the undead near the bay. Figured they were the sea slode's handiwork. He didn't account for the smugglers, though, and they captured him. Now he's chained up as a gift to appease Gadgarza, the sea slode necromancer. I appreciate the effort. While I may have dealt with a few of these scoundrels, I'm not capable of eliminating an entire army of smugglers. Besides, one of us has to investigate Gadgarza and the other sea slodes. Somerset is depending on us.
Well, let's do that. Which basically means progress further in the dungeon and kill more bosses. It's a bigger version of a delve quest, basically. Wow, undead pirates. Just what the doctor ordered. Whatever. Makes you wish we had a D&D version of Turn Undead. So you just cast Turn Undead, and after a certain level, it instantly destroys undead instead of making them run away. Scavenger. Da-da-da-da-da. Where's the boss? Upstairs? Yeah, I might as well full clear this thing while we're at it. Not on that scaffolding. We probably have to go up somewhere over here.
Taste our steel!
Alright, since you said taste our steel, you probably should have an actual sword. Alright, archer time is over, buddy.
Always ready to help.
Give this guy a two-hander. He wants to... He'd say, taste our steel. He might as well have some steel for the monsters to taste. So you can work on leveling his two-handed. Staggering swing, a little bit of crowd control. He still has a few heals and a toughen up ability. He's like an arms warrior. Lawnmower Squad on the loose. Yeah, and he spins the sword around too when he's done with it. He'll take out this boss, get more stuff to decon.
To the side!
Bloom Gray Sabaton. So, plenty of material for greens and blues. Gimme. What? And where does he land? Some fiery teleport. Oh, look, a sorcerer.
I need healing!
They made their choices. So be it.
Oh, he's got Bastion as his companion, decked out as a mage. Does he say, taste our steel when he has a destruction staff? Well, let's follow this guy. He's probably doing something similar. He's probably going for a full clear and farming. Hey, wait up, wizard! I'll even heal you. He's running through them all, and they're resetting. Once again, we've gone completely off on a tangent. This probably won't get us any Culanda Laquer until we can unlock the daily quest from the Battle Reef. This is probably what that breadcrumb quest is, where some high elf shows up. It's like, the Battle Reef wants to see you at the Proxy Queen's court.
Oblivion, take you!
Use the Grave Robber ability. What's that? Is that where that thing comes out of the ground and pummels everything? I do have Necromancers, I just never play them. Mage Guild ability, that's what that is.
Circle around!
Hello? Someone there?
This guy's probably going to engage the boss. Yep. We'll rescue him after we take down the giant sea slug.
More intruders! Excellent! You'll be knighted! My servants, crush all who oppose me!
Gotta kill the globules now. 9 grand. He must have it. He must have some kind of buff that boosts your spell power.
The day will be ours!
I've had enough of this! See how you
way easier than the world boss.
I will return.
I think the idea here is come in here, you'll do roughly the same amount of damage, but take down a dungeon's worth of bosses instead of one big one.
Are you one of those double-dealing smugglers? I'm going to take a chance and assume you're not, because I really need you to get me out of these chains. You know, before the big slug notices me.
Well, we just took down the big slug, so you have nothing to worry about.
How do I... What the tusk do I look like? A blacksmith? Sorry, let me consider. Well, the smuggler with the key went to chat with the Slode. Said something disagreeable and I heard him scream. Body's not far. Or if you can pick a lock. Sure, I'll tell you everything I know. Right after you get me out of these chains. Look, I'm tired, I'm thirsty, and I'm in no rush to have that slimy slug get its webbed fingers on me. So go get that key.
Who needs it? Every adventurer should be able to do something with locks by now.
Thanks for getting me out of those chains. My wrists were starting to chafe. So, what's the plan? How do we get out of this oblivion pit? Look, I'm grateful and all that, and I really admire your tenacity, but we're not safe here. I'll tell you and Kynar everything I learned right after we get out of this place. Fine, but then we really need to get out of here. The Sea Slode's name is Kagarza. Some sort of necromancer based on all the undead I ran into, but that's not all. I heard it talking to someone. A high elf, I think. Said some interesting things. Something about a cabal of some sort. Multiple sea slodes working together. They discussed another one of the big slugs operating to the south. Said they had a way to sink the island. Can we get out of here now, please?
Let's get out of here. What? Why is he showing up like he's a boss? Are we about to get our asses kicked? Or is that just something that the add-on does because there's a encounter in the area? So the thing here is, though, what if... Nope. When the bosses respawn, are they on the same timers? Are they on the same loot timers so you can't farm them as in the delves? I've already gotten the achievement for this place. So if we pass another boss and just take him out again because he respawned, oh well.
Fight? Good. Are you stuck or choosing to remain still?
See, more stuff to decon. Greens, blues, the whole 9 yards. This'll address something at least. Maybe my lack of materials, if not Culanda Laquer itself.
Move to flank!
More greens. Public dungeons, man. I don't know why I even bother crafting dailies. Other than writs and other stuff.
No remorse! That's got it!
There's a boss? Yeah, there's a boss over there. Get V over here, knave. Do that. All right. Wrong spell. Whoops, actually taking damage. I keep forgetting this guy's wearing medium armor. It's only one click to toughen up. We just gotta make sure the skills change up properly. Why is Grog showing up like he's a boss? That's what doesn't add up here. Alright, let's see. Pirate Cove. Shortcut. Hopefully there's no slaughterfish water in the public dungeons. I don't think there is. Unless you try and swim away from the dungeon. Shortcut. Sort of.
Sheath your weapons.
Hey, the orc's standing on the water. I hope we didn't just glitch him out. Oh, good. Alright, so over here. Yeah, we'll just do the Lance of Light once we jump out of the water. What's with the lag?
Heroes don't give up. They get up.
That's a new one. Thought I heard all the little sayings. Alright, we're going the wrong way just to take out more of these monsters. Decorative wax. That's needed for something. I think candles. What's that buff? Luminescent mark. It's a debuff. So much for that idea.
Thanks for retrieving Grog. He may be lazy, perpetually intoxicated, and a terrible cheat at ancestor draw. But he is one of my steadfast companions. Was he able to shed any additional light on the sea-slowed menace? Interesting. That corresponds with what I was able to learn. Anything else? My drunken companion usually discovers the most tantalizing secrets. Sink the island? Magic of that sort sounds as remarkable as it is terrible. Maria and the High Elf Marines headed south, following rumors of some sort of natural phenomenon. I wonder if they're related. You need to go help her. Time is of the essence. While you go south to aid Maria, I'll return to Alinor and bring what we've learned so far to the Battle Reef. It splits our forces, but I don't see any other way. Good luck, and may the stars light your path.
If we do not end this war, it will end us.
Surprise, pirates!
Heal me!
To arms! Find anything?
I could probably uninstall that add-on once the game is fixed, because this guy says something when we go past a treasure chest and a heavy sack. So I wonder if maybe this thing where we mark stuff on the map is obsolete. I was mostly using it to track the treasure chests, but I don't really go farming them on purpose. You could unload the add-on and unload the add-on and just free up some memory that way. One less thing to get bugs too whenever there's patch maintenance, like there's going to be this week. That'll be the one to watch too. Otherwise, I want to put together a guide on how to deal with this bug if you have it. I'm hoping the maintenance fixes it though, now that I know it's explicitly patch maintenance. I think last time was just server maintenance. Another boss, mini boss.
Attack!
Alcahest. Big monster only has something for poison? Yeah, this is one of those quests that takes you all through the public dungeon, just like the Delve quests do. Whoops. There were more salamanders than where we get some mud crabs. Let's see. Before we proceed, let me check something in OBS. Yeah, I have the encoder set to maximum quality last I checked. So the limitations of the stream. Let's see, can I get the advanced outputs? Yeah, high quality. Oh. No, that's for recordings. See the advanced encoder. Max quality, there we go. Yeah, maximum quality. They should have, the Monolith, despite being over 5 years old, should have more than enough CPU to do max quality rendering of this and make sure that YouTube is the bottleneck with the bitrate. Which we're using the max bitrate anyways of 9,000 to the ingest server. Which is higher than Twitch. So hopefully I see higher quality than Twitch from all that extra data. Aid me! Or maybe that's what it takes to be able to stream in 4K. We could always... Actually, no. I don't know if the resolution is a factor with that sort of thing. Let's stealth over here. The medium armor should help with that. Or maybe it won't. Let's just stealth over here for a second. YouTube streaming bit rates. Give me a Chrome window. If you're streaming in 4K, the bit rate, max bit rate for that is, say, Google supports. 4K at 60 FPS is up to 51,000 kilobits per second. That is huge. What would that do CPU-wise as well? 1440p is 18 grand. So if you want to go up to 1440, and it's 9 grand for 1080. The problem with YouTube, though, is that if you go above the quality, it just loses. The data just gets dropped anyways. Even video quality depends on getting the encoder settings right. Take out some more pirates here. More lag? What is doing that? It's like server lag. There's nothing wrong with the latency. I'm down to 100 now, a solid 100 for the ping to the server. Alright, let's take out the boss.
We faced worse than you, monster.
I should just take him out again. Same way we came in.
That's it. Are you hurt?
The timer reset, so more stuff to decon. Sweet. Now, the way out of here is we gotta go up the scaffolding. Yeah, that's how we got in here to begin with. Pointy-eared backstabbers. Yeah, human pirates who don't like the high elves on this island, obviously. Yeah, or some orcs are there too, though. Orcs are elves in this game. Ugly elves, but still elves. The Orsimer. Little glitch there. Something I thought of since the last time, too. Those orc platforms can be my ticket to install ceiling fixtures. Build a huge ramp. Connect them all together. Put a bunch of them down. Connect them all together.
Come and take us!
Basically put a bunch of... That's what we can do nowadays. Put down a bunch of orc platforms, link them together, and spin the whole thing. That's an easy way to get up to the ceiling. I'll link them together and then spin the whole thing. We'll have to unlink them in order to put the scaffolding away, so to speak. But if you want to engage the local wildlife, that's not the way out of here. It's the way to the other boss. Hold on. Wrong exit. Trying to get out of the place now, which means going this way. Head towards the waterfall. That's something we can do with the new linking feature. Put a whole bunch of those orc platforms together and then spin the whole thing and just walk up to the ceiling via the huge ramp we create. We'll have to do that when we get back to the castle. Or no, the cathedral will be a good place for that. And then once we get up to the ceiling, we get a ramp to the ceiling, put more of those platforms down, floating in the air, of course, to essentially have scaffolding to work on the place with. It was a lot harder before you could link stuff. Somerset. All these new... According to this, I haven't actually beaten this dungeon yet. There's an add-on setting we can adjust that takes the bosses we've beaten off of the map. Let's go back and, I think it's the one down there that we haven't gone to see. See if that does it. Or maybe it's because I've killed all the bosses, but I haven't finished up the... Can we drop down there? Maybe it's because I've killed all the bosses, but I haven't done the public dungeon quest. I thought you could just kill all the bosses and get credit for all of this. Let's try going over here. I don't think we went to that boss because we were trying to get to the quest objective before. But the boss that's down here... Okay, more trash. Take out the trash. Take out all the trash.
Get your guard up.
Take out half the trash with a single ultimate. I'm getting some things from it. Where were we? All right. Strange. Maybe one of my other characters beat this. I thought I beat this dungeon. I recognized the bosses. Maybe there's one boss I never got around to taking out. Yeah, as soon as he's done floating in the rocks, he'll finish dying. Yeah, this game is so glitchy tonight. Thought we took out everything. All right, what was down here? Mud crab. Neutral wildlife.
I am not afraid of you.
Coral crabs, that's right. Not exactly mud crabs. Gee, did we just take out the boss I want? No, we didn't. Giant salamander. There it is. Karn Wasted Conqueror. All right. Now we can get out of here. Is there a shortcut through... Is that a chest? Well, let them take care of it. Salamanders. We could always die on purpose and then choose Resurrect at Way Shrine, which will resurrect us at the entrance to the dungeon. Yeah. So you can jump off that bridge, land in the salamander pond, and go straight to the salamander boss. Well, we could get... Oh, we're only wearing medium armor. We could just get taken out by all of the trash mobs and then just respawn at the door instead of running all the way back there. Except our resident farmer over here is going to pull everything. No, I'm not going to tank everything for you. I'm trying to get out of here. Dual wield. Hi, I'm a rogue. I've compared the numbers too. Dual wield gives less of a spell damage bonus for the hybrid stat than two-handers do. Now the boring part. Now the not so boring part.
That's the last of them.
That's the only one, actually. Whoops, we hit a crab. Yep, another person spamming the spin attack with dual wield. I used to run dungeons with somebody a couple of years ago who was obsessed with it.
The day is ours.
Don't get hit with a knockback. There we go, yeah. See that? Right. Companion ability unlocked. Sunder. This guy now has a cleave ability, which might be good for trash. Let's get over the bridge and let's set that for him.
Is there something I can do?
It's not important that this guy have some kind of thing that does a knockback, but let's hook him up with Sunder. What's this? Yeah, that puts a dot on everything. That'll be more useful for taking out packs of trash. Knockback and other crowd control, not really worth it. I'm only just one equipment swap away from tanking stuff. If something's too tough for whatever armor, use the alpha thing and swap over. The flexibility in this game with characters is pretty awesome. So it says I vanquished all the bosses, but it still says I'm not done yet. So it looks like I would have to do the public dungeon quest in order to finish that, which we'll do that some other time. That would probably explain why, like, some things that I've done over the years haven't been marked as complete. As I'm like, ah, yes, clear the dungeon, but that quest I don't really feel like doing a fetch quest. The Abyssal Geyser, that might be unlocked when we get that there. What's this? Talk to Miria. So let's go to Alinor and run out of town.
Right behind you, Clark.
Wasn't the Proxy Queen in Shimmerino? No, it was a...
Someone stop that thief!
Oh boy, somebody's practicing their Thieves Guild skills. Let's switch characters for that. I got a Khajiit. Jack of Trades Nightblade who can tank. I should probably take a look at, though, hooking him up with a skill that lets him stealth again. Nope, down here. Down by the world boss.
Whoever you are, if you aren't an illusion, you need to take word to Alinor. Tell Battle Reeve Tanoline. The Marines. We followed rumors of some new kind of magic. Discovered the geysers.
That explains his world boss. You know how many times I've done the world boss quest and didn't even know the story behind it?
Sea-slowed magic. Something to do with abyssal pearls. The geysers spout terrible sea creatures and undead. Bokorgan, the sea-slowed, is working to increase their power. Our report contains all the details. The High Oath Marine in Dirham. He's a mage, though nowhere near as powerful as Kynar. He compiled notes about the geysers, most of which I didn't understand. When the Yagra attacked, we split up. The Marines headed down the coast. I should survive. I've suffered similar injuries in the past. As soon as I gather my strength, I'll make my way back to Alinor.
So that's what the sea slugs were all about. That's the world boss over there. Well, over there, actually. This is like breadcrumbs leading to the world boss. That explains it, though. Sea Slode cast a weird spell to sink the entire island. There's so much lore from this expansion. I beat the expansion a long time ago. Never did this quest, so I never understood why the Abyssal Geysers were so important. That's one of the problems with this game. Do things out of order, and things are weird until you finally get around to doing the quest. We're supposed to Yagra, da-da-da. Yep, Bakorgan, one of the daily world bosses. A little tough, too. You have to get a group together for them. Da-da-da-da-da-da. Tons of abyssal pearls.
What do you think you'll make with that?
And that's the world boss over there. This is breadcrumbs, isn't it? They let us sea slode in Wellican Cove. Someone's engaged the world boss. Let's go take out the world boss while we're at it. I don't have the world boss for the quest, but unless that's... No, that's just putting on a show. I don't see any skills going off. The guy's not moving either. Court of Bedlam. That's the Daedric involvement in all of this. A couple of Daedric princes causing problems for the High Elves, who worship the Divines. Larger plan to wreak havoc across Somerset and eventually sink the island so the Sea Slode can reclaim it. Okay, there's the missing lore that I never understood. That explains that. 3 out of 5, so where's the other ones? So you kind of see the guy over there doing his thing. Giant sea slug. Sea slode, actually. First got familiar with slodes in Elder Scrolls, playing Morrowind back in the day. Getting slode soap and wondering why there was slode soap. Like, hey, look, soap. What's the lore that makes this RPG soap make any sense? Correct. Everything combining magic and alchemy to alter the nature of your abyssal pearls. Wish I had more time to study the creature's techniques, etc. Better return to Alinor. What we learned at the Battle Reeve. Decide the next move. Where's part 5? Over here. So you've been live for at least an hour. Huh?
Let's ride.
Yeah, now we can... Actually, since the Battle Reeve is who we're talking about here, we can actually go back to the branch office, sell the extra stuff, throw stuff in the bank, then go turn this in. This is... I'm guessing this is the prelude story to the daily Abyssal Pearl quest. Because it establishes what exactly the problem is with the Abyssal Pearls, and why you should take out 3 of them per day. It's the perfect kind of introduction to what's going on. A side quest, but still useful.
Anything I can do for you?
Yes, let's sell a few things. Da-da-da-da-da-da. I'm getting some of that money back from that thing that we did earlier with the redistribution of points. Anything to throw in the bank?
Greetings.
Don't really have enough money to put that in. I like to get to like 10 grand or something. Look at all that stuff to decon. Only 10 slots left in the inventory. Yeah. That'll give us some stuff. And we haven't even opened the Somerset recompense yet for the quest. There's Culanda Laquer in there as well. Looking at Wi-Fi routers. Yeah, it's interesting. Wi-Fi routers are like little computers these days. It's fun hearing about a router with a quad-core processor. And I'm like, I used to run computers with quad-core processors. Now routers run with them. Yeah. Wow, a ton.
Cities are as alive, fickle, and uncertain as people.
The biggest thing I run into is little gotchas.
Some give you gifts.
They're actually wireless end routers, only 100 megabit Ethernet connections. They slow down the wired part of your network. It's bizarre. I mean, those are the sort of things where if you have crappy wireless, but wireless is less and less crappy. No position to be spending any money right now. I'll stick with what I have until it breaks. Yeah, so why is the battle reef down here?
You're back. Kainar returned and said you went in search of Maria and the Marines. Tell me, is the sea slowed threat as dire as the Queen's cat intimated?
Yes, madam. They're trying to sink the whole island.
Eight protect us. A cabal of sea slodes, high elf traitors, magic geysers that can sink the island. I ask you to look into one threat, and you bring me a multitude. Still, this confirms the rumors. Now that we know, we can plan accordingly. Normally, I'd dispatch every soldier at my disposal to deal with these geysers. However, the ongoing war has depleted our forces. It might be time to reach out to more people like you and Kainar's adventurers. For now, take this with my thanks.
You know what this is? This is the ESO equivalent of when you do really well at work, and the boss is like, "You did really well at work. I guess I can give you more work." How come nobody seems to have any initiative or work ethic anymore?
The work you did to bring us information on the sea slowed? Brilliant. That's only the beginning, however. Now we need to act on that information before the Abyssal Cabal can inflict too much damage on the island. The sea slodes have unleashed abyssal geysers that can sink the island. They assumed we'd be so concerned with the creatures that bubbled out of them that we'd fail to realize the true danger until it was too late. Let's disappoint them, shall we? Destroy the geysers.
This is the quest.
And obliterate
Another
them
daily. Let's give us
quickly
some
as you can.
Culanda Laquer.
You'll need to fight through the creatures spawned by the geysers, so bring allies with you if you can, and make sure to destroy the pearls. That's the source of the magic. You have your mission? Find and destroy as many of these
Sinking
abyssal
Somerset.
geysers as you can. I have no soldiers to spare to assist you. I suggest you seek aid among the other newcomers to Somerset.
So this is where the UI improvement that shows the geysers when they're active will come in handy. Since we're right next to the crafting hub, though, let's go on a deconning spree and do the crafting dailies. So don't touch the crafting dailies till we've deconned everything and see what kind of upgrade materials we can get from all of this. Let's see. Now first, oh, look at all these glyphs. All these enchanting glyphs. Get rid of that. Nice to see people stopping by, too. Increased magical harm, that is, plus spell damage. So I usually throw that in jewelry. So I was looking, I mentioned earlier that I'm checking out the ESO directory over on YouTube. The game directories on YouTube Gaming are way more buried than they are on Twitch. But I do know from what I have been able to see that many of the ESO streams that aren't run by huge channels are usually only a couple of concurrents at most. So a lot of people are doing PvP on console and stuff. Most of the streams I've seen have done that. They might not actually put together a formal personality stream like this with all the trappings. They might just, you know, hit the stream button on the game controller and just do it that way. Nothing wrong with that. That's something I've observed with a lot of these people talking about streaming as if there's no such thing as recreational streamers anymore. That is 100% false. There are people that want to stream just for fun, or maybe their friends can watch remotely as they play a game and they're chatting over Discord or something. I mean, never judge a stream by its cover. Or should I say, never judge a stream by its streamer. You may not have... Well, no. You're guaranteed to not have the whole story. Alright, let's get the crafting dailies done since we're here. This is the most convenient place, too. Put that up. There we go. It's a nice big circle, so you just go around in a big circle and you do your dailies. You have this add-on that Dulgiban's Lazy Writ Creator that basically does everything for you. It'll even keep you from stealing accidentally if you click the wrong thing when you're trying to turn in the quest. Now, while we're here...
I take pride in the quality of my wares.
A Nord!
Only the finest
Perfect!
for my customers.
Even though you're a tailor, you can repair armor. 1,500 gold repair bill! Guess I shouldn't have, yeah. Well, I do have multiple armor sets, so that's part of the problem. Do we have to cook anything? Yes, we do. Some chowder. Quests only, please. Chowder. Now, let's see here. No drinks. We don't need any drinks. What outfit is that? I've seen a couple of people running around with that for, I think I can guess the reasons why. Let's see. Oh, it's a bunch of bones and stuff, so it's probably an Argonian outfit in the Crown store. Khajiit don't have that. Khajiit are less tribal. Let's see. Do we have to make any potions today? Nope. This guy makes multiple potions and poisons every time because of the perks. Let's turn these in and then get the Somerset daily recompense and go decon everything again. So we're going to get a whole bunch of stuff from here. Ubuntu server on some... Yeah, I broke the thing that I thought I was going to get working in OBS. It's got a little tiny YouTube in it now. I got to actually reinstall OBS Live and just not sign into it. I mean, it's not a problem if I have to jump over to Live Control Room to do anything in the chat. If I can see it in the lower left corner of OBS, though, that's a definite plus. Let's see, once everything's done.
Welcome to one of Eleanor's finest shops. Not that the High Elves would ever admit such a thing, given my round ears and all.
Yeah, High Elves. See, nothing is vendor trash. Nothing's vendor trash, but there'll be things to decon. Actually, there might be some new surveys. Cool. More stuff that I can throw in the bank and, blow off until the bank runs out of space and then spend hours getting all of those done. Daily recompense. Get some of that Culanda Laquer. Griffin's helmet. We'll put the surveys in the bank. Gloomgraced Mall. We'll go back to the castle before we'll go back to... No, we don't have to go back to the castle. We can just throw things in the bank up at the branch office and just fast travel to it. Since fast travel to player housing is free in this game, that's one of the things you can do is acquire properties via the real estate system and whatnot. The cheapest is the in-rooms. There are ways of buying houses unfurnished for a massive amount of gold, like 1,000,000 gold or something, after you complete quests and everything. So it is possible to not have to use the Crown Store to get all the properties in the game and then set them all up. The thing is, though, if you're not actually going to live in those properties, you can set them up as something else, and that's something I got to do tonight with the old castle in Daggerfall. Goodmain Abbey, I mean, it's kind of cool for a name, but I want it to actually be called the actual castle. First thing I gotta do is change the name of the old Daggerfall place, though. Okay, that's that. And of course, deconning stuff that we were getting for the first time puts everything into the catalog to recreate it later with the stones you get from running dungeons. Yeah, balanced systems without them being too easily abused. Alright, so why don't we just take care of that? Because there's service NPCs. There's service NPCs at both of these places, too. Change the names of these places. Come here one last time. So the Daggerfall overlook looks nice and all that. It's kind of more of a traditional castle for the Bretons. But since it's my second favorite player house now, and it doesn't make as much sense as it could, I gotta get a Daedric place. I gotta get a Daedric looking place instead of a Daedric shrine. Maybe the Ebonheart Chateau would be good for that. Got all that Azura stuff because I checked it out earlier. I want to see how big the statue was, so I bought it off the Crown Store. That statue is way too big. Yeah, so a couple of changes here. There's figurines where the music boxes used to be. So this is now basically a secondary player house. See, do we get any vendor trash? We can't decon anything here, though. We didn't get any vendor trash, did we? No, 101 out of 150. I still got way too much stuff. Mostly stuff that can be used to turn in quests. And a few too many soul gems. See, we can put a few things in the bank, like those surveys. And those instant researches are useless. Those instant surveys are useless because my guy's already a master crafter. There's really no use for those except with alts. All right, crown experience scrolls. Put the fortified, mail, potion, repair kit, soul gem. Just stack all of that up. We'll take it out of the bank when necessary. But for now, it's good to stack them. Extra smithy station. We don't need to be carrying that everywhere we go. Cherry blossom twig. Instant research. Useless. Keep recall stone. That's a PvP item. Key fragment. That's from the Imperial City. We don't need to carry that. The extra Leowin stuff we can get from somewhere else. We can retrieve from the menu when we do that thing there. Nell's Hidden Loves. A love song of Bard's admiration for his missing instruments. There's the orcish platform that we pulled earlier. Writ. Survey. Almost 10,000 gold. We can make a deposit. See. Companion stuff. Keep the weapons. Put the armor in the bank. We can always retrieve the armor from the bank later if we want to switch the armor on these guys. Wait, that companion necklace, though. Any jewelry for companions is a very rare drop. Take that back out. We'll see who needs it once we get back outside. What else do we need? What else do we not need here? No empty soul gems. Right, rename the place. Lockhart Retreat. There we go. This is more of a vacation spot now anyways. Out in Daggerfall. We have that pool area, a little throne and stuff. Way too many paintings. We'll do something about that. Too many mix and match fixtures here because I was experimenting with what worked with what. Reminds me of Chrono Trigger, though, with the Guardia Castle medieval theme with the stonework and everything. But we still have plenty of stuff we can do out here. We have that picnic table and everything. And the crowning accomplishment, though, is definitely the swimming patio. So the slaughterfish water, for those new to this, the slaughterfish water is covered up by Khajiit platforms and essentially reclaims everything all the way out to the invisible walls. We take a bunch of gigantic carpets, carpet this up like we did in the entryway to the castle. Put some lounge chairs out here, some other stuff. I don't know what I'll do. Mostly put a barbecue out here, even though it won't make any sense because it's not a combustible. But then again, we already put masonry on top of wood. So, of course, the platforms extend a little further, but this is where the invisible wall is. Yes, I tested it. Yeah. So yeah, all the slaughterfish water reclaimed, and there's a nice little patio. It's just been in this crude state for quite some time. Got a couple of rugs and a couple of things for light out here, but definitely more stuff to do. All right, let's go to Panther Fang Keep before we go back to Somerset. We got some Culanda Laquers. Can we make anything yet? Oh, I remember this. Yeah, I never did anything with it. I just got the platforms out. It's the thing with this game. The player housing can drive you to do stuff in this game and basically want to get materials to make things. Blizzard should take notice of this. What we do have an option here, though, is using more of these optical illusion woodwork here to create some kind of path out to maybe some area outside of the castle proper. So maybe come out here and relax or something. But there's actually a whole bunch of slaughterfish. Why is the slaughterfish water there now? I used to be able to go out a lot further. Oh, that's been nerfed. That's been very heavily nerfed. How about over here? I think we can swim over this way. Nope. That's been super nerfed. I think I was experimenting with going out to the island. I think we were able to make it all the way over to that landmass over there. Just put a chair in the woodwork. So there's this mystery bridge over here that you can't get to. We could fix that with a couple of ramps. We could build a ramp up the side of this and go to the mystery bridge and see how... Why don't we test that? Since we're talking about this kind of thing. We have 24 orc platforms and nothing to do with them. And the furniture system now lets you link stuff together. Let's see if there's an invisible wall. Have some fun with this. Now I'm going to have to spin them all. And just turn off the surface drag and we'll put them all together. Just turn off surface drag and we'll put them together. Then we'll link them up. This might get a little awkward with the camera. We got 24 of these. We can play with them. They're good for building stuff. Now for some fun here. Actually, there's enough of these, we can just build stairs. And they just undo everything. 18 of those left. It stays the same way, too. See if we can make it up to the mystery bridge. Whoops! Invisible wall. Ah. So, what a tease. But that just makes me wonder even more if there's some kind of zone. Yep, that's the invisible wall right there. That's as far as you can go. Be cool though if we could do something with this little lagoon over here to make some kind of take some Khajiit platforms and come around the side because they're bigger, and then have something over here by the waterfall. Reclaim some land we don't normally get to use. That's the invisible wall right there. Yep, there it is. We can get within sight of the mystery door. We can't really... I think we can go over there, though. Can we make it onto the rocks? No, the invisible wall is over here, too. The invisible wall basically is... Yeah, and here it is, the invisible wall over the rocks. Oh, ZeniMax, what were you... we know what they were thinking, but the thing is, ZeniMax really shouldn't even bother with slaughterfish water. Because when you have platforms like this and you can build structures with them, you can basically find out very quickly where the invisible walls are. Z, 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 Z. There we go. That's cleaned up. And while we're at it, back to the entrance. Whoops, turn that back on. Where's my UI? Get out of that before we move something by mistake. We just have to figure out what to do with the remnants of the bridge here that are just coming through the rug. It looks stupid. We could probably put a platform on top of this and then make it look like it's one surface and put a rug on top of it. Just kind of as an optical illusion to hide everything. Make slaughterfish for dungeons. Morrowind had that. And they were just as annoying. Of course, if we ever get the Leyawiin recipe, we can put a door in here and still click on the Undercroft door. I think if we put it to where it turns yellow or something, like it warns you can't use it if it's there, we can't interact with it. So jam a door into the portcullis. It will never actually open and close like it normally does, but it'll basically make it look like there's a regular door there. Then put one in on the other side. Yeah. I thought I found another painting yesterday too, but it turned out to just be treasure to sell for gold. The Daedric tarot cards. It actually looked like a painting, but it wasn't. was trying to put on the wall, and I'm like, how come I can't click it? How come it's not showing up in the thing to place something? Doorways. We do have a Daedric gate that we can use. High elf carpet, water themed. A couple of Leowen carpets. That lantern is... I want to find a home for that lantern. Put it on a desk or something, or add it to the desk, because that's what you get with the in-room in Leowen. There was a table that was kind of dark that I took the lantern off of to put it on my desk. So we'll put this on that. Or something else. We can always put the lantern on the table with the music boxes. How dark is that area? I think it was over there. There's a regular lantern. It's not too bad over here. Plus we have some of the lights that came with the place. There's that. I think the lantern might have been up here with these beds up here. Maybe it was in the kitchen. Yeah, well, there's a lantern. There's a lantern there. It's probably in that other thing where there's a bedroom. Yeah, it was in here. Let's put some table between the beds and put down a lantern there. Is there an extra table that doesn't look like it really needs to be there? Get this over here. Take one from upstairs. Because upstairs the furniture's kind of random anyways. This doesn't look too necessary. No, actually. Put that back. Let's take this regular lantern and replace it with the Leowen one. So it fits the theme at least. I think I took this off of here to put it somewhere else. Surface drag on. There. Move it a bit further over. Get a better bed up here, too. If you own the place, you should be able to do whatever you want. Not really. I mean, if you can go off the edge of the world and basically fall to your doom in an ocean of slaughterfish water at the edge, no, that's... It just comes with the turf with the instance. You gotta maintain some immersion with this game. Alright, let's head back over to Somerset. Not Leowen. Golden Griffin Garrett. Let me just see something here. People like the video about the mice. That's cool. Alright, so now we gotta find some abyssal geysers to complete that daily. We'll just get more Culanda Laquer. Well, we did one earlier, though.
There's something wonderful about wandering a city's streets with no destination.
Let me just see something, though. Switch to a character that I know has not done anything in Somerset yet. Let's see, Ulfric von Moosehammer. There we go. The Tank Templar. Spec for, I think he's spec for health. You could respec him for a mixture of stamina and magic and see how the hybrid stuff works. Yeah, he was doing dailies in Leyawiin. Let's take him to Somerset. Where is that Battle Reeve Tamerlane when you haven't done the story yet, and what's the dialogue? I wonder if that might have been nerfed since the expansion is no longer current content. So here we are at Leyawiin. It's a camera on this guy. The field of view, it's 130. Interesting. The vertical offset is through like minus 24 because he's bigger. Take him to Alinor, see if we can find that NPC. Two-hour stream time. Nice. Permanent tenant. He's never been in an inn-room before. Ha ha ha. Yeah, we're dealing with an alt, all right. Now, where is that Battle Reeve? I want to see what the dialogue is, if they're even present. I think I've got.
Want such a cozy little home.
Yeah, hasn't done the quest to get the inn-room either.
Look about you. Some sort of quality that's rare to find. Look, all right.
I think I got like 50 gold for here.
Oh, sure. Excellent.
Yeah, 50
you
gold.
Won't regret this decision, I swear. Hope the room is to your liking. With your reputation, I'm sure you shouldn't have any trouble with the neighbors. If you do, remember death threats are not the way to go. Had a spot of trouble when my last tenant started sending those out.
Not only do I already... This is a stupid part. Your alts can do the quests to get in rooms. So, even though I've already had the in room forever and decked it out as a branch office for my service NPCs, you could still do the quests on your alts. This is a silly little way to make 50 gold and then have something you just throw out later that abodes of whatever. And then you get the tooltip for, hey, you want to buy a player house? Here's how you do it. All right, for this guy here.
I sold Queen Irene her first pony.
Yeah, give me a freaking riding lesson because I have a slow mount. Oh, it would be better. Yeah, Big Nord rides on a deer. Head up to the castle and see if we can find that Battle Reeve. I don't think she actually is going to be there yet. Ugh. Slow mount. It'd be better if I went and did some PvP, though. Yeah. 31 magic, 32 stamina. He's currently spec'd hybrid. Doesn't need the extra health pool yet for high-end tanking. Yeah, that's hilarious, though. Come out of the inn room. Who wouldn't want a cozy little home? You mean like that room I just came out of? Now this, on the other hand, this is the Crown Store house. The Alinor townhouse. It's not quite as close to the, it's close to the palace. Yeah, so that pretty much answers my concern about the Battle Reeve and how far away she is from the daily quest. That she's right up the hill from that after you unlock this. I don't think this guy's done the story yet. He hasn't done much yet with his super slow mount. You do PvP and you assault enough bases in Cyrodiil, you eventually get a skill that gives you plus 30% mount speed all the time.
The proxy queen is unable to hold an audience with petitioners at this time.
That's Rigger the Brash.
There are other affairs that require her attention.
Nope. Nope, that hasn't been nerfed. You have to do the story. Alright. Well, let's take a shortcut. Boom. Pancaked. Revive here, please. Hey, look, the Nord just jumped off the castle. Because video games. Wouldn't want to go all the way back down with this slow mount.
The Divine Prosecution requests aid.
You, newcomer. You appear to need direction.
It's an alt.
The Divine Prosecution provides...
The Divine Prosecution is going to give me a quest that I'm not going to do. I'm just going to queue the quest so that I can come back and do 2 quests whenever I actually want to do this. This works for the crafting dailies as well. So if you have characters you're not going to play, pick up all the daily quests for them, and then when you come back, you do them twice, you get double the rewards, because you have them left over from last time. So, I don't really feel like doing dailies with this guy, but there's our answer on that. That means the characters need to complete the Somerset story in order to get that unlocked. Interesting. Well, we'll complete the Somerset story with more characters then. Did the main quest, but in the same way that you could beat Morrowind by just racing through only the main quest, barely doing any of the side stuff. See. Check my status here. Yeah. MultimediaJay is playing the Elder Scrolls Online. Yeah. Discord integration with YouTube gaming, and it says I'm playing it instead of streaming it, even though streamer mode is activated in Discord. Yeah, there's got to be a third-party add-on that fixes this, like Better Discord or something. Something that generates a custom status when you go live. Let's see here. Shouldn't be too hard to code. All right, we gotta go out to these geysers. Actually, for those that want a big high elf townhouse, this is what it looks like. Map. Haven't gotten it yet. Set this to furnished. I don't really feel like buying this thing. Got a huge stipend of crowns coming up when the subscription changes to annual. That could buy a castle. You have to pick which castle. I think I want to save it for when there's an island resort. It's actually where... we can preview it. Let's preview it. 7,500 crowns. So, little high elf townhouse has a balcony and stuff like that. It's basically in the fashion of whatever the buildings in the area are set up like, except it's yours. In a sense, it kind of borrows from, well, given this game's crossover with Oblivion. Little terrace up here above the hustle and bustle of the city. A fountain. The thing is, though, when this expansion launched, we all got the cathedral for free. Because we achieved some kind of stretch goal for our player support or something like that. Forgot what it was. Let's go to actually what I'm really keeping an eye on here. Where's the Longhaven, Cliffshade, Dare, Dawn Shadow. What is that place called? Actually, Lucky Ghost. Let me check the guild roster. Lucky Ghost owns that as his primary house. So we'll just go check it out furnished and see if we can get to the preview. No. Guild's not bound. Just loot it. No, none of these guilds have a trader. All these streamer guilds. Come on now. Guild Hall equals Lucky Ghost TV. Alright, roster. Death on Legs. Sort by user ID. Where is Mr. Lucky Ghost? Obviously halfway through the list. There he is. Visit primary residence. What's the name of this thing called? Guy plays a necromancer. Interesting. The Grand Topol Hideaway. There we go. This is... I gotta see how much this costs, even if it's unfurnished. Because this basically gives you an island resort. I wouldn't set this up as my main base of operations, but it would be a good place, you know, to deck out, because it's this. Your own tropical island getaway. Now, let's bring it up in the housing thing. It's not there under not collected. Crown store. We'd have to go to the world entrance for that. Where's the exit of this place? Nope, that's not it. There might be a boat or something. But that boat might be our way out. Yep, leave. Does it take us back to Alinor? No, it's Grotwood. Yeah, so we leave, and then we go back in, and this time get the housing preview instead of Lucky Ghost's place, and instead it's a furnished and see what it looks like. Also check the prices for whenever it goes back on sale. Could probably just not spend any... What? I'll have to look it up. House is not currently for sale. But yeah, basically your island has got a volcano. And it's got a volcano and a bunch of huts and stuff. Looks like, you know, Survivor or something. Knock it off or you're going to get content ID'd. Let's see here. Yeah, plenty of places to swim. I'm usually looking for places that have swimming areas for this kind of stuff. Technically a hot spring, because one of these areas goes into lava. Lots of beaches. Now we have this stuff where there's lava mixing with the water. What, you can swim into the lava and it doesn't hurt you? Okay, someone forgot to program something here. Yep, lava coming down from the volcano. It's like a hot spring. I'm surprised there isn't more of that kind of stuff in this game, though, where people are just hanging with their characters and their guild mates and stuff. Just imagine if ESO had the kind of publicity of Final Fantasy XIV. People are going over, you know, folks' player houses, kind of having little social events and stuff, kind of like, you know, all the people dancing in Limsa La Minza. That would be something. All right, let's go back to Alinor. See if we can get some of those Abyssal Pearls done. See if the UI really helps with all of this. Alinor Branch... No, it isn't. Golden Griffin Garret. Branch Office. You gotta rename that to just Alinor Office or something. So the UI was showing earlier when people were engaging the Abyssal Pearls. Much like the dragon fights in the Elsewhere expansions. Let's see that. Probably play this offline too, go through more of the quests and unlock more stuff. Like the place where the Dragon Guard is in Southern Elsewhere, since I barely did that story. Looks like
Something
Disneyland.
wonderful about wandering a city's streets with no destination. Right behind you, partner.
What the? Somebody's leveling their Dark Brotherhood skills. There's some guys that are Dark Brotherhood. Who am I kidding? Alright. See if any of these are moving. What's this? I wonder if it'll activate because I haven't... There's activity here. Let's go engage.
Let's hit the trail.
Yeah, go riding off a cliff more like. Never completed this one before. Is it in progress or is someone just have to go start it?
Let's go.
Let's go! It's in progress. How far are they? Or did someone just start it and run away from it? No, it just started. One shot in. Let's do this. Hey, where's Bastion? There we go. No tank mode for this. into some magic character. Yeah, the Dark Brotherhood gives you the ability to one-shot NPCs, similar to the Thieves Guild giving you the ability to pickpocket them. I have some more evil characters who have that available.
Come and take us!
Alright, we'll save the ultimate for the boss. Or not. Denied. See, we get another 70 points by the time the boss comes up. 21. Medium armor to 48. Almost.
Look out!
Where's the boss?
Nothing can stand against the power of Viscalvor.
I am not afraid of you.
Take out the ads with just one of those. That works. Spank and spank. Oh, man. Not bad for medium armor, but just have to actually cast a few heals. This guy has more health than most of these bosses, or I'm too used to the public dungeon ones. Could always set up Vigor as a stamina heal. Not that it'll do much, only 16 grand in stamina.
Paralyzed. Don't think. Move.
The night is eternal. How can you possibly win?
One. See, are the other two, any of the others you're getting in? Don't forget the treasure. First time I've ever done that too. Probably get a skill point for something. Oh, I thought something would advance because I never finished that before.
You've got a knack for stumbling across those things.
Huzzah! Okay. I'm going to rename the playlist, too, for the Elder Scrolls Online stuff. Elder Scrolls Online content is too generic. Give it some character and some flavor. What is this, making a dish? Give it some character to it. No remorse. In a second, I'm going to bring out Miria Lendis and hear what her annoying, well, not annoying, random thing she says is. Eastern Pass Wayshrine. What's this? Traveling merchant. Perfect.
I was lucky to escape Sunhold with what I did. Please, any purchase you make will help me build a new life.
Prepare the armor. And, yeah. Alright, there's activity where there's 3 of them on the map. There's activity there. That's one of them. It's probably like the Laquer Dolmen Zergs. There's one of those going off pretty much all the time. You have to know what the order is. You can pretty much farm them. Whoops. The 30% bonus is only when out of combat, so... .432 off hours. This one probably is just getting started. Nobody's here, right? Literally nobody is here. Yep, because the event's just starting. So long, cultist! Ah, it's too late to change the skills. You'll put a spammable in there. Who's this? No, that's Bastion using the damage reduction ability.
Now you're just showing off.
Companion level up. Good. One more and he can get Scorching Strike. Dragon Knight ability.
Any shame in getting knocked down and not getting back up.
Cool, now it'll go faster. Yep, here we go. Another dual wield DPS. Really want to have some fun? Go first person mode. Used to play Morrowind in first person all the time. Great way to get surprised if someone sneaks up on you. Probably can't do PvP that way.
Get out of there!
Yep, DPS Warden on the loose. Might as well not even bother with damage over times. Fitness point.
Now Tide Rack crashes down upon you.
This will be a much faster fight.
That one's trouble.
Except there's nobody in tank mode here. Cool. The companion got one-shotted. Knew I should have put him on ranged. That's the super attack. And now her companion got one-shotted. Yeah, we'll just do everything ranged then. Regen magic with the that's a human bomb skill, I think.
am the night, and the night cannot die.
2 out of 3. Where's the button?
I'm ready to face anything.
The problem is, though, I had somebody call my guy a Power Ranger once. He's getting it mixed up with this armor right here. Slightly rounder helmet. That's closer to being a Power Ranger. I don't know.
Right behind you, partner.
Experience the Aldmeri Dominion. That's not the right quest. Not that one. This one. Somerset. Seeking Somerset. Abyssal Geysers 2 out of 3. So how come it didn't give me credit for this? Defeat the Abyssal Geysers above. Destroy the Abyssal Geysers. So how come this didn't... Why didn't this... Well, 2 out of 3. Oh, you do them in any order. That's why. Because the order for these things is random. So just whichever of these 3 is activated, go for it. I'm curious how many people camp just one of them and like watch a show or something until they hear the noise that the thing's starting back up again. I know the dolmens, they have a unique noise to them. Look at all this. It's just too bad that the bitrate on the internet doesn't do the graphics of this game justice. Ever since console enhanced launch and the RTX stuff on the PC side. Russefeld Heights, da-da-da, have you done so? This one. That one's in play. We'll go do that one. Up by Lillandrill in the north. So I guess the question we got to ask now with the streaming thing is, what about chat streams? Chat streams should not be a regular thing on this channel. There's just been regular things to talk about. I want to get back to working on stuff with them instead of always doing like radio style type stuff. It's just not much to it. I mean, chat streams is something a lot of people do on YouTube. It's kind of a replacement for vlogging. So in a sense, we don't want to recreate the problem of doing too much vlogging and not enough of stuff that requires more than just turning on the camera and talking. Let's see here. There are some nosy people out there that like watching that stuff all the time, though. I don't know how many of them are left, though. The daily vloggers had problems with views before the chat streamers started kind of taking off. And even by that, it really depends on the size of the YouTube channel how well they do. Where the heck is Bastion again? I should really get rid of his melee. What, do we have a salamander boss? No, he's just running. Server lag, and then the other one spawns immediately. There's an easy way to do more damage. I just didn't equip the skill.
Much better.
If we drop combat, I can probably equip Puncturing Sweep the next time we're in the middle of stuff. Maybe while the boss is, say, or whoever that is saying their thing. Ah, look, zombies. Let's see you can swap that out. Nope, not quick enough. Nope. They just keep spawning in the same place, though. Pretty straightforward. Don't have any potions loaded in here. Now, you don't drop combat between the bosses.
Mortals make the
there we go.
perfect host for the eggs of Ruella Many-Claws.
Now it gets fun. The spammable skill.
You can't rely on magic. Change your strategy.
Yeah, like use the resto staff.
Dead yet.
Might need to upgrade to plate armor for this guy.
No power left. Use a potion.
This server lag is getting ridiculous. There's easily a second delay on that one. Yeah, see? That's why I don't use that spammable move.
No!
That's why I don't use that spammable move. Because you just blow through all your magic, even if you're spec'd for it, and even if you're wearing light armor. Already stuck in combat. Yeah, because we got the boss. Let's back out of that and go re-engage. Swap that skill back. Set to alpha gear. Set to shock it in once we drop combat. I think the boss will stay there for a minute or so. Just want to swap that skill back.
That should come in handy.
Why is he not dropping combat? There we go. Let's use the real skills. Because that's what everybody does. They use the spammable. The thing is, it's a lot more magic efficient in order to do a buff and then have it boost your light and heavy attacks. That was part of the problem that this game ran into. Now we're wearing heavy armor. So let's take this guy on the right way. We gotta switch to a tank build. Why is he just standing there? Toughen up. Go to two-handed tank. Yeah. So we ditch the boss and we run into a bunch of bandits. Just gotta drop combat. $34.33. Let's go back and re-engage. Range tank him as well. Get rid of that stupid fly. I don't get why this guy is so much harder, though. That's what doesn't add up here. It's a frontal attack. He's rooted in place while he's doing it. That's why. Yeah, revive this guy and then get killed by the boss.
Make them pay.
It's quite all right. We can always grab the one-hander and shield and really cheese this guy. Let's see, is he going to engage if we're way back here? Now we get bonuses to block and everything. He's engaging. The boss is engaging because the companion's still way over there. That's what the problem is. So since we know he's rooted, we'll just kite the guy. And watch this guy get himself taken out. Let's do this. No food buff. That could help. So that, you know, electric attack, and then the big attack afterwards. He's rooted in place when he's doing it. Then he tries to pull you forward. Oh, we'll cheese this. Tank armor with a resto staff. This isn't one of the more popular ones. That's what half the problem is. Click. This server lag is getting disgusting. How does ESO have so much server lag? It's off hours. There's no excuse for this.
I'm not dead yet.
He's actually got the boss engaged. Alright, we'll just heal through his super attacks then. could always switch him to tank mode, too. He has one. Ha! One-shot him. Of course, he's in DPS mode, so that's half the problem. Well, we'll leave him dead then. Wow, hot this guy. Actually, if we block all of those, every hit regens magic as well. So, yep, there you go. Server lag. A 1 second delay to literally everything when that happens. Oh yeah. We'll just keep blocking him with the resto staff. Now he's got an ad phase. Yeah, we'll just blow. Yeah, we'll blow instant attacks. Instant attacks can be cast while blocking. Just literally keep blocking the heck out of. What? We'll do both tanks, both with one-handers. We'll basically taunt off each other. Get out of there. Get out of there, lose the boss's aggro, kill the little bug thingies, or the salamanders.
Victory is cruel. Defeat is worse.
Right, switch off. One hand and shield both characters. Now if we kill this stupid bug. That then comes back, and you gotta kill the bugs, baby bugs. Shut up.
Taste our steel!
I don't understand the point of enemies you have to kill twice. Now, drop combat, which will take a while now because of the enemy we had to kill twice. Shock a tank, full tank, one-hander and shield. Set him up too with that stuff.
Did you need something?
Failed to set us a new skill. So this glitches out. Mace, shield. Literally everything I'm doing happens a second later. This is nuts. The necklace is actually... Give him the Quicken necklace. Couldn't set due to... Let's do it again. Make sure they're both correct. Yeah, they're both set to tank, right? And that's a resto staff ability, so we can still taunt off of them. For the number 4 on the resto staff, though, I want the actual resto staff ability for radiating regeneration. Right, this will give us a boost to this kind of stuff here. After we kill this little bug. So the question is, do I want this guy taunting off of me?
How can I help?
He has 2 taunts, too, so we can always just have him taunt everything. So first is the one for one-handed shield. I don't think I want to give him the bash ability. The bashing bulwark does what? That's actually a stun. So if he ever runs into the enemy, he'll just do that. Yeah, I don't want him taunting off of me, since he's got worse mitigation. Throw heals, activate his damage reduction, whatever it is. Let's see. Alright, giant sea bug. I think the big thing is just surviving all that burst damage is half the problem.
We shouldn't underestimate this one.
This lag is really hurting stuff. 85%. It's a bit harder to see his wind-up thing here, so... He doesn't do a healing debuff, I hope.
That's it. Much better.
We need to. We block with the resto staff and have all kinds of... Yeah. Block. We have a second person. Throw the taunt. How come I'm not blocking? I'm holding the button down. I keep getting knocked out of... This is a problem. This is a bug right here. Should be blocking all the time. Ah, stamina. That's why. Gotta get an ice staff for that to work properly. All right, let's do this then. Healing combustion. That's actually a healer that's there. Gotta get an ice staff back in this build. That's why he can't block. He's out of stamina. That's what the issue is. There's a thing where you regen magic when you block stuff with the staff, but only the ice staff lets you actually block with magic. So this guy is gimped for his tank abilities. So we gotta put the ice staff on. There, got him. Now let's fix this tank build.
One, how amusing!
Mother Teresa, okay. There we go. Crafting motif Sijic bows.
Nice haul.
What do those look like? Nice. Let's fix the tank builds. Something I forgot because I haven't messed with tank builds in a while. Take it back to the Alinor office and we'll fix it there. Yeah, so that's what was wrong. There's been so much server lag that when that legit didn't work because of that other stuff. See. The big issue with add-on settings, though, is the issue with writing to the text files. Settings are frozen at pre-patch settings because of that. See. Now. The only way to do any of that stuff is to modify the text files manually. Alright, so in Alpha Gear, we actually want to equip the Frost Staff as weapon number 2. Ice Staff of Death's Wind. Defensive Tanking Staff gives similar mitigation. And let's change the number. What do we want to do for skills here? The Taunt is number 5. So what we'll do is we'll put Dawn's Wrath, Solar Barrage back in number 4, just put the taunt on number 5, because there is no AoE that we can use for this. We can also play with Radiant Ward for more mitigation if we need more mitigation. Set this to number 2. Set this to gear set number 2. Insert currently equipped. And this one has... Alright, so when we go back to the two-hander. Two-hander for weapon number 2. We want to set that to the Ice Staff. Set that as gear set number 4. And Shaka Tank. Two-handed Shaka Tank. Good. Now it's fixed. And this lets us block with both resources. Go back to medium armor to finish leveling that up. Nuzima.
Can I help you?
This and this. Cloudy hindering potion. Do that. And the other stuff. Right, we can decon all of this once we turn it all in. So fortunately, the NPC is closer to everything. $254. 3-hour stream time. Did some of that here. We got to go through some of the replays, though, and chop off that empty space at the beginning when I'm verifying the connection has gone live. That's a usual thing I do with the stream replays on the YouTube channel, because we can edit stuff after the fact. Twitch just has a highlight maker, so there's no real doing anything to the broadcast that I know of. All right, so let's go here. Another piece of Culanda Laquer. This guy could do 3 of them now.
It's just been one disaster after another today. What say you, newcomer? Has the Abyssal Geyser threat been averted?
Yes, after it took about 5 or 6 tries to kill the last boss.
That's excellent news. Despite my misgivings, it seems the Queen's decree has been more of a blessing than a curse. I'm not sure what we would have done without the help of newcomers like you. You have my thanks and the gratitude of all of Somerset. Your timing is impeccable, newcomer. More Abyssal Geysers have sprung up across the island. Just what I wouldn't...
Oh, that's just background text. I thought the quest repeated itself. It shouldn't. You know, I should hold on to the quest, and that should be the only thing that works for that. Somerset daily. We can repair stuff, too, if we really want to. Do have plenty of repair kits. Down at the bottom of all of this, Somerset daily recompense. Ugh, stretch out. 3 hours. I don't sit down for 3 hours for anything anymore. Culanda Laquer, Griffin's Battle, especially not at attention like this. And a lot of people talk about streaming. Oh, you're just playing video games on the internet.
My family has actually...
If you're not taking if you're not taking rest breaks with the Be Right Back screen, then, you know, it really does get to be a bit of an issue afterwards.
Magic
10 grand.
is like strong wine.
Put that in the bank.
If you're not used to it, it can make you drunk.
No. Go back to the castle and decon everything. The only thing to do here is to repair stuff. Which of these is up?
So much consternation over the Queen's decree.
320 despite all of that. Not bad, unless it only counts the stuff that you're doing here. And let's just decon everything. Nah, do that some other time. It's too mundane. Ugh. Let's go straight to the chapel. And back to the boat dock. 5 o'clock, and it took all this time to, well, at least we have the 3rd daily quest unlocked for getting more of that Culanda Laquer. This guy can now get 3 pieces of Culanda Laquer per day if he does all the quests. I still think it's more worth it, though. To just rotate all the alts through the Delve quest, so we want to get a bunch of it. Just annoying that time it takes to get a bunch of Culanda Laquer, and then turn around to make all of these things for your player houses and stuff like that. Well, it's a way to get people to do dailies at the very least. Right. Enough is enough with this Culanda Laquer madness. Do the rest of that stuff offline. Give me my OBS back front and center as the sunrise approaches here. Much ado about Culanda Laquer. But that's ESO. Till next time, this is MultimediaJay signing off. Thanks for stopping by.